Hello there, I'm Barb Owen of Barb Owen Designs, and this class is all about needles. Yep, needles. Hand sewing needles, sewing machine needles, it's all about needles. And how to buy them, and what you do with them, and how you use them. And I'll tell you a little secret. We could spend hours and hours talking about needles. Here's another secret. I won't bore you with that. I'm just going to give you the facts. Nothing but the facts, ma'am, in my opinion, which doesn't qualify as fact, but in my mind it qualifies as fact. And hopefully I will give you information that you might want or need and see if we can make it fun along the way. So let's get started. Here you see only a few of the needles that are commonly available on the market. So we are going to just start and we're just going to go through needles and how they work and what they're for. The first thing we're going to talk about is sewing machine needles. Now, did you know that sewing machine needles have anatomy to them? Yes, they do. A sewing machine needle has anatomy, and this is your anatomy lesson. So here's the needle right here. It's a little bigger than life size, but I'm just saying, look, it's bigger than me. That's a big needle. All right, these are the terms that you're going to need to know, to keep in mind when you're buying or talking about a sewing machine needle. You got to get the size. Now, often the size of the needle is engraved on the shank, which is this part right here. That's where the size is engraved, and usually the brand. So you can clearly see it here. Now, unless your eyes are about 15 years old, you're not going to be able to see that with the naked eye on your sewing machine needles. So you probably need to have a what is better known as a magnifying glass in order to see that. But that information is usually engraved on the needle. Then the next part of the needle that you need to know about, this part right here is called the blade of the needle. Then there is a groove, which is on the front part of the needle. That's where the thread rides, right in here. This is the front of the needle. We're looking at it from as though it were right in front of us. And then, of course, the eyes, where the thread goes. And you have the point of the needle, which is where it tapers down. And then, of course, you have the tip. And the only reason the tip becomes important, and usually you'll see these two terms interchanged, point and tip. And the only reason that becomes important is because sometimes you want a needle that doesn't have quite as sharp a tip on it. Now, if we turn the needle to the side, you're going to look at this and you're going to see this cut out on the back. And sometimes if you're not aware of what this thing is on the back, it might even appear to you that the needle's defective. No, not so. That area right there is called the scarf of the needle, and that's on the back. Scarf's on the back, grooves on the front. And there completes the anatomy lesson of the needle. And you will be tested on this later, just saying. Okay, phew. All right. The first kind of needle